Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all well. So please excuse the state of me, but I wanted to start filming this journey. As you'll see by the title of this video, this is kind of the process that me and Harry will be going through when we buy our first house. I wanted to kind of video the progress to look back on. I thought it would be really interesting for myself and Harry to watch back on, but also for other first-time buyers that are thinking about buying a house or are in the process of buying a house and just want to kind of see where we're at, or see, it's not going to be where we're at because when this is uploaded I'd like to think me and Harry will be somewhere near buying a house. I don't know. So obviously we haven't done this before. We don't really have a clue what we're doing, and we're now kind of beginning to start the process of looking at houses, and we're almost saved for a deposit. So the date today is the 8th of October 2021, and I guess today we can kind of say we've really seriously started the house buying process. We have been saving since maybe March time. We were saving for a house here and there, but we weren't really taking it very seriously until I'd say about March, where we set up standing orders into our savings accounts each month, and we always made sure to pay our savings accounts first, whereas before we were kind of just saving whatever we had left at the end of the month, which wasn't a good way to do it. So as of now, me and Harry have got £14,263 saved, and that is with like 8 months of serious saving. I have been saving about £800 a month, and my mum also really kindly gave us some money towards our first house, but at a minimum I've been saving £800 a month, and then Harry's been saving whatever he needed to save so that we'd have enough. We were originally planning on buying in April 2022, and that may still be the case, but we've actually seen a house that we really like come up near where we're looking to buy for 180,000, or offers in excess of 180,000. It's in the area that we're looking, and it's a really nice house. It's actually a cottage, so we are going to view that next Saturday, so I think it's the 16th of October. So yeah, at the moment we don't have a 10% deposit. We wanted to put down 10% on a house. That was our goal for April 2022. But because a house has come up that we both really like and it's slightly under budget, we thought we might as well just go and have a look at it. Even if we don't put an offer in, we have been told to start looking at houses to kind of get an idea of what we like. So we will be going to view that house next Saturday, so I guess that's probably when I will next update you. I just wanted to quickly talk about this book. This is the Home Buyer's Journal by the Home Buyer Coach. I picked this up maybe a month ago. I found it on TikTok actually. And you can see here, this is our deposit tracker. So the pink is what I've saved, and then the blue is what me and Harry have saved together to get to our goal of 20,000. But I just want to show you because I find it a really good way of tracking our progress. So at the moment I'm finding the best way to save is, like I said, paying myself first. So I have, I think, £394 going into my savings account. I have £200 going into my help to buy every month, and then I'm saving about £300 extra just by, at the end of every day I skim my bank account. So what that is if I've got say £892, I'll put that £2 into savings, and although it doesn't seem like a lot, it really does add up at the end of the month. And then, like I said, anything that I've got left over at the end of the month goes straight into savings. And yeah, I'm just finding it a really good way at the moment to save, and hopefully if we go and view this house next Saturday, I'm obviously not getting my hopes up because it's the first house we've viewed. Hopefully we will either look at it and really love it and put an offer in, or at least if not, we have viewed a house and we know how the process works, and we will hopefully get an idea of what we like and what we don't like in a house. Like I said, I'm not getting my hopes up because I know chances are we're not going to go for it. We don't have a 10% deposit, but that at the end of the day it doesn't really matter, because we have spoken to a mortgage advisor and he has said that we will be accepted for a 5% mortgage. We just ideally wanted to put more down, but at the moment we've got about 7%. And obviously offers in excess of, it probably won't go for 180, it will probably go for a bit over. So I guess it just depends on what we think of the house and whether we can see ourselves living there, whether it needs a lot of work doing, which from what I've seen it doesn't need a whole lot of work, but I don't know. So I will update you, I guess, this time next week, either before we go to view the house or after. Hey guys, so I just wanted to quickly jump on here because I have some exciting news. It is the 12th of October and we have had our agreement in principle sent over to us today. So we have been told that we can have a mortgage of 230,000. So obviously we are really excited. Now we've got that in writing, we can actually view houses, and so like this house Saturday, if we decide we want to put an offer in, we can, because we have our mortgage in principle, agreement in principle. So yeah, I just wanted to quickly jump on here and just tell you. Also, just again, excuse the state of me, I've literally come home from work and we're about to go and paint my nan's house. But yeah, I just wanted to quickly jump on and tell you, because it's another step closer to finally buying a house. I guess I will actually come on here on Saturday or Sunday now to update you on the house situation. We went and viewed the house today that I spoke about in the last clips, and we really did like it. I liked it more than Harry, but we have decided not to go for it just because we don't have anything to compare it to. So this is the first house we've viewed, and it would have been silly for us to just jump into it and say we want to buy this when we haven't even explored any other options. It would have been different if we had viewed some houses and hadn't liked them and then saw this one and decided we liked it. But Harry wasn't 100% on it and neither was I, not because of the house was lovely, but because we haven't viewed any others, so I had nothing to compare it to. So like I said to my mum when we left the house, I don't know how you're supposed to feel when you know the house is the house that's for you, I guess. And it is just because we haven't viewed anything else, so we don't know what else is on the market and what else we could get for the same amount of money or maybe a little bit more. So yeah, we have decided just to view some more houses and kind of explore and see what's around. At the moment there's not anything else on the market, but as stuff comes up we will obviously view it. We've just said if any houses come up now we'll view them whether we think we can picture ourselves living there or not, because the only way we're going to know what we like and whether we think a house is for us is if we can compare it to other houses. So today Harry wasn't 100% sure on the house because it was smaller than he thought, and it had also just been renovated, so for anyone else that's probably perfect, but we wanted a house that we could add a bit of value to, so when we come to sell it a few years down the line we can get a bit of profit from it, because that's the only way we'll be able to work ourselves up the housing ladder, I guess. It was a 2-bed cottage, a terraced one, so it was quite small. It was cute and maybe we could have lived there, we probably could have done, but we just didn't have anything to compare it to, and we feel like we could probably get more for our money because it was very small as it's a cottage, a 2-bed terraced cottage. So we're just going to keep exploring our options and we will go from there. So the next update I guess will be whenever something happens, so whether that's something, I guess it'll be a viewing, I don't know. So whenever we view a next house I will update you guys. Hi guys, so I just wanted to jump on here and give you a bit of an update. I actually haven't spoken to you for about a month. I believe the last time I came on here was when we went and viewed the first house that we've ever viewed, and I'm pretty sure that was like the 16th of October and it's now the 20th of November. I actually did film an update about 2 weeks ago, but my camera died halfway through filming the update and I just didn't finish it. But basically since I've last spoken to you, I think the last time I spoke to you was when me and Harry went and viewed the 2-bed cottage, I think on the 16th of October. We obviously didn't end up going for it. I think that's the last update I gave you. So then since then we viewed a 3-bed semi-detached house on the 22nd of October. It was up for, I can't remember what it was up for, to be honest. It was under 200,000. It had an amazing garden and the house was lovely, but it needed completely renovating. So it needed new electrics, it needed the ceilings ripped down and redone, it needed plastering in new places, it needed a new kitchen, new bathroom. Literally every room needed stripping down to literally just nothing, essentially, and just redoing completely. All the doors and windows needed replacing. We worked it out and we'd be spending about 40 grand just to renovate it. So we didn't end up going for that one. We then viewed a house on the 27th of October. It was actually a cottage again. We saw this cottage for sale in February this year, and me and Harry both absolutely fell in love with it. We said, oh, imagine if it came back on for sale when we were looking for a house, and it did. So we were like so excited. We kind of thought, oh my god, it's meant to be. It was called Rose Cottage, so I mean, like, to me at the time I was like, that's meant to be, that's gonna be our house, we're gonna put an offer in on it. It was a beautiful cottage. It had a lot of land and a lot of outbuildings. It had so much like character to it, but again, it just needed too much work doing to it. On the pictures that the estate agents put up, it looked so lovely. It looked like it didn't really need that much work doing, but once we'd got in there, you know, we were kind of thinking, oh, like the doors needed replacing again, the windows needed replacing, needed new fireplaces, it needed new flooring, it needed a new bathroom, it needed electrics in the downstairs toilet because there wasn't any light in there, and it was up for 195, offers in excess of 195. And as much as we loved it, and that has been the nicest house we've viewed so far, we just couldn't afford to do it. It needed too much work doing to it, and there was no way it would have sold for 195 because it was such a lovely house. I think it would have gone for at least 210. So yeah, we didn't go for it. Sorry, I just went out of my room, so I can't remember what I was saying. But yeah, we didn't end up going for the cottage. It was absolutely lovely, and me and Harry both said if it didn't need as much work as what it did, we would have gone for it in a heartbeat, because that's been our favourite so far. But it just wasn't, it wasn't for us. It needed too much work done to it, and for our first house it was just way too much, basically. So then we viewed a 2-bed bungalow. It was up for 190, I think, and I didn't like it, to be honest. The minute I walked in I said to Harry, no, I don't like it. I think he did like it more than me, but I don't know what it was. Like the minute I walked in it, I basically just turned to my mum and Harry and said, no, it's not for us. Got hair. It was very small, basically. It was in like a bit of like a cul-de-sac, so I didn't really like the location of it. Yeah, basically the minute we walked in I was like, no, I don't like it, let's not go for it. So that was the 27th of October, and then on the, I think it was the 2nd of October, we went and viewed, let me find it, I can't remember. Yeah, the 2nd, not October, sorry, the 2nd of November, we then went and viewed another 2-bed bungalow in the village next to the one we viewed on the 27th. I'm getting confused, there's so many house viewings we did, and it was lovely. I mean, it didn't need renovating. It was a lovely house, and for the owner that obviously lived in it, it was perfect for them, but just for our style, it wasn't up to what it wasn't our style, basically. It needed a new kitchen, not desperately, it didn't need a new kitchen, but if it was up to us we would have put a new kitchen in it. I mean, it was twice the size of the bungalow that we viewed previous to that one, and the minute me and Harry both walked out, we were like, we both said to each other, we really like it, shall we put an offer in? It was up for offers in excess of 190, so we offered 195. They then rang me back about maybe 2 hours later and said, what is your best and final offer, because we've had a lot of interest on the house. We said 198. We were going to go 200. The only reason we didn't was because we're not desperate to move out, we're not desperate to get out of our family homes, and it is only two grand's difference that we could have put down, but we just both agreed we'll put 198 down, and if it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. They then rung back the next day and said, we're really sorry, but we've actually gone with someone else, so we didn't end up getting it. So it was slightly gutting, but at the same time me and Harry weren't that upset, if that makes sense, because we know there'll be more houses and we're not in a rush to get out, and it just means we've got more time to save because we still haven't got our 10% deposit. And we wanted to have 10%, like I said in one of the previous clips. So I believe at the moment we've got almost £16,000 saved. Ideally we'd like to have 20,000 between us and then 2.5k for extra fees, and then in an ideal world we'd love to have some money behind us to do renovations. And I know that probably won't happen because if a house comes up now that we like, we will put an offer in like we did this one, but that is our goal at the end of it. We would love to have some money behind us for renovations, but I just don't think it will happen. With the way that house prices are going at the moment, they just seem to be going up so much, so fast. I think this house, it had about 16 viewings within the space of 2 days, so it was so popular and we were the last viewing on it. So yeah, we didn't end up getting that one. We were upset because it would have been lovely, but we weren't gutted. I personally, I don't know if I'll ever feel mentally prepared to move out, because obviously we've both lived with our parents forever, but I just kind of felt at the time, if we got the house then it would have been amazing. We wouldn't have had to move in straight away, obviously. It would have been easily February 2022 by the time we'd moved in or even got the house. And then we both said we'd like to do it up before we moved in, just like the painting and everything. So we probably wouldn't have moved in until March or April anyway. But at the time when we put the offer in, I said to Harry when we didn't get it, I was kind of like, I'm not really that upset because it gives us longer to save. Because I feel like for me, I will feel more secure knowing that I've got the 10% deposit plus the 2.5k for fees and maybe some money behind us for renovations and furniture. But we kind of, I believe that everything happens for a reason. Although since then, no houses have come up in the area that we're looking. So it's been almost a month and there's been nothing else come on the market. So that was the last viewing we did. I think it's because it's coming up to Christmas and obviously no one wants to move over Christmas. So we will just wait and see now, I guess, what comes up, because at the moment there's been nothing, like I said. So I think it will easily be at least January before we have another viewing of a house. And then that's not to say we'll put an offer in, obviously, because we might not like it. So yeah, I think I'm going to upload this video now, so then you've kind of got a bit of an update of where we're at. We opened a joint bank account because we said we want to start putting money in it every month, so then when we move into a house we have some money either for renovations or for bills, just so we don't have to fork out loads of money at once. We both said we'd rather put something in every month leading up to whenever it is that we get a house. So we have opened a joint bank account, but that is where we're at currently. So I guess the next video, the next house video, will be either when we've had a few more viewings, or if we put an offer in and it gets accepted. I guess that will be the next video update. I will say I have made a home account on Instagram. It is rosieinthecountry.home. I'll leave it down below so that you can go and follow me, because I am putting all the house updates on there as they happen. I guess the next time I upload on the house content will be when something exciting happens. So I will see you whenever that is.